Today, we're going to talk about some no-nos for credit cards. You should carefully think about the things that we're going to discuss today when using your credit cards. Y'all want to find out what they are? You want to learn more about it? Well, go ahead, tap in, let's get into it. I know I talk about credit cards a lot, and credit cards have some really good benefits. However, there are just some things that some people shouldn't do when using their credit cards. They can impact them greatly financially, especially if they don't have a good plan. So let me go ahead and hop into the first one that I want to talk to you about today. The first no-no that we want to get into today is don't use your cash advance on your credit card. There are several drawbacks to using the cash advance on your credit card, and I'll get to those in just a second. But I want to quickly state that there are rare occasions where you can benefit by using a cash advance if you understand and plan properly. You have to be extremely proficient in order for that to benefit you. And I'll talk about that in another video, but let's go ahead and talk about these reasons why why most people shouldn't get or use the cash advance on their credit card. Reason number one why people shouldn't use it is because of the interest. Usually, the interest on cash advances are higher than the high APRs or annual percentage rates that are on normal cash purchases. They already issue high interest for normal cash purchases if you don't pay your bill off every single month. So if you take out a cash advance, they're going to issue an even higher interest rate. And on top of that, it's going to begin to accrue daily from the day you take out that cash advance. What does that mean? You immediately start having to pay interest as soon as you take out a cash advance. Whereas when you use credit cards and you just buy things normally or you have normal purchases with your credit card, they give you a grace period that allows you to pay back everything that you borrow before they start charging you interest. That's why we always say pay your bill off every single month in full and you won't ever have to pay interest. Well, if you take out a cash advance, you're paying interest from day one. And so that's reason number one why taking the cash advance off of your credit card is not going to benefit you for most people because you automatically are paying interest as soon as you take it out. Reason number two why you shouldn't take out a cash advance is because of the limit that they place on you getting a cash advance. Typically, you can only take about half of the credit limit for a cash advance that you have on your credit card. So not only can you not utilize your whole credit limit for a cash advance, you're paying additional interest and it's accruing every single day. So if I have a credit limit of $5,000, they're only going to let me get a cash advance of $2,500, and I'm going to have to start paying on that interest immediately. Just doesn't make sense to do a cash advance for a whole lot of people. The third reason why you shouldn't do a cash advance is because on top of everything we've already discussed, you have to pay additional fees when you take out the cash advance. The cash advance typically is 3 to 6% of the amount that you take out or a $10 normal fee. And so if I have to pay additional interest, I'm just compounding these. If I have to pay additional interest per day and I can't use all of my credit cards, and then on top of that, I have to pay an additional fee for just taking out the cash advance, that's a big no-no in my mind. All right. And reason number four that you shouldn't take out a cash advance is going to piggyback on number two is that it's going to affect your credit utilization. Because credit utilization, it's recommended that you have 30% of credit utilization. Basically, is what they're saying is whatever your credit limit is, you should be showing only 30% usage of that amount every single month. So if you take out the full amount for your cash advance, you're already starting out over the 30% because you can take up to 50% of your credit card limit. And I just want to throw this in there for people who want to have excellent credit scores. 30% is good, but optimally, you want to keep it between 3 to 5% credit utilization rate. Because if you keep it at 3 to 5, you're probably going to end up on the better end of your credit score. So if you're taking out a cash advance, it's going to affect your credit utilization because ultimately they're going to take that first off of your limit, and then you won't be able to use but half of your credit card limit for normal cash purchases. And if you find yourself spending the other half or a good portion of that, and then your bill becomes due, that's just going to cause your utilization rate to go higher and higher and higher. And the higher your utilization rate, the lower your credit score is. So, those are a couple of reasons that you shouldn't take cash advances when using your credit card. I can tell y'all from personal experience that them cash advances ain't no joke. That's reason why I'm sharing this with you because I don't believe that they could be a benefit to most people. So what do you think about that? Do you think the same or do you think differently? Let's start a conversation down in the comment section and let's talk about what's going on with these cash advances and if you should or should not be using them. And while you're down in the comment section, why don't you go ahead and do me a favor? Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and start sharing this video. Go ahead and subscribe or follow. And if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted every single time we drop a new video. We appreciate you guys' engagement in advance. Now, let me give you one more no-no about what you shouldn't do with your credit card. The next no-no that I want to talk to you about is a little bit of a carryover from the first one, and that is don't max out your credit card limit. Listen, if you have a $5,000 credit card limit, don't go and spend $5,000 because I want to tell you this. If you just pay the minimum payment on that, or if the interest rate is high enough to where it'll go over that credit card limit, the bank will allow that to occur, which means you'll end up having to pay more than that $5,000 that you supposedly have to pay back. Because once you go over your credit card limit, the bank will allow you to do that for a short period of time before they actually cut your credit card off. So don't get close or max out your credit card limit because that's going to affect your credit score. We've talked about that already in this video. And we talked about your credit card utilization shouldn't be at 100% because that's what maxing out your credit card would be. It should sit at 30% or below, and optimally 3 to 5% if you want the best credit score. So if you're maxing out your credit score, it's going to affect you financially in ways that you don't want it to affect you because you're going to get your credit score affected because you're going to have an extremely high utilization rate. And number two, you're going to possibly end up having to pay more in interest than your credit card limit shows, and you're going to have to pay that extra money. And so you don't want to do that at all. So stay away from maxing out your credit cards and don't do it. Now, this is one more thing. You can max out your credit cards if you plan to pay it off before the bill cycle date. Now, I'm going to explain this real quickly. The bill cycle date is the date in your billing cycle that they record your balance to the credit bureaus. And so you can find that date on your credit card bill. And so if you max out your credit card, as long as you pay that off before that bill is reported or before your balance is reported to the credit bureaus, you can effectively not have that affect you in a negative way. But that's a little advanced when it comes to understanding your credit score. And most people don't understand that, but I'm sharing that with you just so as you grow in your credit card journey, you will understand that as long as you know when your balance is reporting and you report it in a way that affects your credit score in a positive way, then things are going to be looking good for you. But most people, if they're maxing out their credit cards, they just let it sit there and that's the balance that it reports. So ultimately it affects them and they have that 100% utilization rate versus a 30 and below like it should be. All right. So don't max out your credit cards. It's going to affect you financially, and that's not where you want to be. So, have you ever thought about doing these things with credit cards? Have you even experienced doing these things with credit cards? Do you think they're no-nos as well? I like to know your thoughts down in the comment section. I appreciate us starting the conversation so that we can help people understand the benefits and the drawbacks to cash advances and maxing out credit cards. All right. We appreciate y'all starting that down there in the comments. Also, I just want to quickly say I know we talked about some no nos today for credit cards, and that wasn't to discourage people from getting credit cards because if you looked at any of my other videos, I'm a huge advocate for credit cards. So if you would like to take a look at some credit cards that can actually benefit your life, go ahead and check the links in the comments and check the links in the description for some awesome credit card offers that I think will benefit your life when you use them properly. All right. So don't forget to check the comments for the links and check the links in the description. And you can have some credit card offers, some awesome credit card offers. All right. We appreciate you guys for checking out this video today. We appreciate y'all always rocking with us and engaging to the end. And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Peace.